time it is. It's the one and only King Nomad underscore 44. Shout out to everybody who's gonna look at this video. We live in Kigali, Rwanda, family. And I got two special guests here. But before we even get to that, I gotta show y'all we at the world famous Neymar Art Center. This is one of the top tourist attractions here in Kigali, Rwanda, family. So make sure if y'all come to Kigali, check out the Neymar Art Center and support these brothers here. They do a very good job. It's a world-renowned art center. But today, I have two special guests. One of the guests y'all saw before, families, and this brother, he been out here in Rwanda. He been coming back and forth for like 3 years now, right? 3 years. And, you know, we just gonna have a little conversation about, yeah, let me know if everything is clear, if you could hear me. Because the last time I went live, my microphone wasn't working and the sound was janky, family. I said the sound was janky, so please let me know if anybody is low so we could get it going, like, and I could change things and switch things up. But we're just gonna talk about the difference between America and Rwanda on here, because these brothers really love Rwanda. Now I have another brother here. He's a very good brother. He grew up in the United States, but his parents are from Rwanda, right? Yeah, his parents are from Rwanda, and we're gonna have a good conversation about him living in the U.S. his whole life. You know what I'm saying? That'll give us a good perspective of how things is going. Shout out to Malachi Muhammad in the building. All right, everything is good. All that Jenkins, Wingsurful. Shout out to you, family, and check out the dog. This is the Neymar Art Center dog. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, without further ado, I got to introduce y'all to the one and only Prince Dom, who's currently in the building.
How y'all doing, everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, and also we have the one and only, my man here. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, family. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time we seen you on here. So yeah, just introduce yourself. Tell the people, you know, why you out here in Rwanda, how long you been here, and everything, family. I said and everything, family.
Definitely. What's up, family? Peace and love. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Horo Nuru Kundo. My name is Rex Gito. A lot of y'all know me, Rex Gito. Real name's Reggie, you know. And I've been out here since for a minute. I've been out here since 2009 was my first time ever coming to Rwanda. Like he mentioned, my parents are Rwandese. Actually, my mother's Rwandese fully, and I have an American dad. So I called in a few times. Y'all may have remembered me. I have the best of both worlds and stuff. So we came to just kind of discuss it. And I'm really excited. I'm really happy and humbled that I have this opportunity to be with, you know, the unapologetic nomads. I've been watching them for years and years and years. So just real respect to even have this opportunity for sure.
Yeah, man, yeah. And the pleasure is mine, family. Yeah, and shout out to my lovely and beautiful wife, and Ayla, who's currently in Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Shout out to them. Yeah. So, Rwanda and America, man, like, what are the major differences between the countries that you see?
For me,
Yeah.
safety is one of the main things.
Okay.
I feel very safe here. I can walk around with money, jewelry. Just I don't do it a lot, but you know, I don't really have to worry too much about getting mugged or nothing like that. So
Okay.
that's one of my main things is the safety.
Okay. So it's more safe here than America.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say safety for sure for me. I also would say that it's very community oriented here. You know, one of the things I love about it, I grew up around, you know, the Chicago South Bend area, so in between Indiana and Illinois. And one of the things we see in comparison is like here is really everyone's got each other's back. Everyone kind of works together. They see themselves as the same out here. It's just one community, one people, and it's really a big contrast because in the States, you know, you gotta know who you're talking to. You know, kind of know a little bit about the person before you really can open up to them. You know, that's kind of the way that we live in the States a little more. You know, we got to know who you are first. Here is just like, yo, you one of ours. You know, you are people. So I love the community. That's one of the biggest things I recognized when I first came here. That really attracted me. You know, it's just like everybody's the same. Everybody's one people, along with the safety and whatnot.
For sure, I agree because even in the States, there's some places that even all y'all know in the States, it's like you can't go in certain areas. You got to watch out for certain areas. But here, I feel like I can go even the areas that they call a little rough. You know, it's pretty much
Okay.
easy going. Yeah.
Nice. So when it comes to like making money is and really like paying bills and things like that, what country is easier to make money in?
Making money,
Yeah.
I mean, the best way you gonna make money, the only way you really gonna make money here is if you have like a business or something established.
Uh huh.
So don't really expect to just like get a job and work.
Okay.
So I mean, I will be honest. I think like making money, especially if
Uh-huh.
it's like fast money that you're trying to
Yeah.
make, the states because you can just go get a job and work.
Okay.
But I mean, it's possible to actually make some money here as long as you know meet the right people and
Mm-hmm.
have the right business plan set up. That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
Okay.
Having the right business plan set up.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it really depends on where you're coming from. Also, a lot of times in different countries, they got different rules and regulations on how to do things and how to go about it. But I do personally, I think that firstly, I know you guys had mentioned like before a little bit of just coming here with a residual income.
Yeah.
It's really important to be able to have some money coming in from other places because sometimes if you people think that when you get here because you come from a different country you'll be able to just make money just like that because you come from a place where money's maybe more abundant than it is here. But really it's important to come here with like some income residually so that you could be able to finance whatever you're trying to do. Now with that being said, I think it's important to invest in the right type of places because, like Rwanda, we see it's growing. So things are maybe getting a little more expensive. And if you get to like larger places, I know like South Africa and Nigeria and places like that, you know, it may be a little bit more expenses going into it because they're already an established place. But spots like I know like Burundi or like smaller countries, you know, Africa's a gold mine. You know, Africa's a gold mine because not a lot of people invest in this continent. But certain places like that are not that a lot of people don't go to, it's really a lot of opportunity because there you're able to kind of find, you know, things that they've never had before, things that they've never seen before. I know we were talking a little bit about like entertainment centers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff that here, that's foreign. That's a whole new idea. So imagine, you know, the amount of success you're able to build by putting stuff that's maybe common to us in America over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they've never seen that before. That could generate a lot of income. But like you said, it's first having that coming here with some income already and then putting that in there and finding places that it's not really available or in abundance.
Okay.
Having like
what I'm
an
saying?
innovation mindset.
Exactly, you know what I
You
mean?
want to have an
Nice.
innovation mindset.
Yeah. So something about the world is that a lot of times people think skills and think that like I guess their money can get them in certain places, but really it's about who you know that really can boost your life or put you on or upgrade what you're doing. You know, it's all about who you know. When you compare America, like meeting very important people in America versus meeting very important people here that can help you with your business or whatever you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? What country is it easier to meet VIP people, important people?
I'll let you take that one.
I would say Africa. I would say Africa because again, you're talking about a country. You're talking about countries that are not as established as the U.S. So you're gonna find you know, you can find people who are big and you know, bigger stars here on the road and regular on the street. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily have to, you know, make appointments and you have to know certain people in order for you to even meet those people. I give you an example, like on the street, I met with a lot of Rwandan superstars and artists just in their hoods and in the street. You know what I mean? Just walking around. So I think it's a lot easier to connect with bigger stars and people who are of bigger importance in different places, like in Africa. You know, like for example, you, man, I met you, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. But if we was in the States, you know, and you was in Florida and I was in Texas, it'd be a lot harder for us to facilitate, you know, a meeting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
because we
agree.
all got stuff to do and, you know, there's a lot of politics in between it. But in Africa, man, it's just, you know, you see them on the road. You see them walking down the sidewalk.
I will say that the people that you meet here, that's VIP, is more important. I want like somewhat more important because here, like sometimes money don't really matter. Like you say, it's all about who you know. So you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the right connects,
Yeah.
it'll be nearly impossible for you to get whatever you're trying to get done. You know what I'm saying?
Well said.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing. As far as what did you say? What was the question again?
Just what
What's
country is
easier?
easier to
What's
meet like important people
and I think about it like this.
or people with
Most of the
connections?
people, most people here, got some type of like business they got going on. So if you business minded and you trying to like establish some type of a business, you'll meet more of those people in that sector of trying to get stuff done more so than in America.
Okay.
You're gonna meet a lot of people that's just working and just doing like an everyday job in America. But here, most of the people, especially the diaspora, most of us come here with like a business
Yeah.
mentality. So yeah, I think.
Okay. Nice. So when it comes to living expenses, like we can start at food, like the expense of food, the quality of food, like what is better, here or America?
Me personally, I think here, less GMOs in your
Yeah,
food. That's
yeah.
that's the number one thing. And
Okay.
then food is actually is a lot cheaper. And
Yeah.
I can tell you another thing. You can walk down the street here, and you can see a avocado tree or
Yeah.
like a mango tree. And one thing that I do like about here is like I've seen vacant lots where maybe the government or something own, and the local people are able to grow their food and they'll sell it back to the markets.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's something that you can't do in America.
Yeah.
So I really like that aspect of things. But as far as like like how cheap it is, like it's dirt cheap. Like I got a dozen eggs the other day for what, $2?
$2.
Yeah, pineapples for 50 cents, watermelons for like $1 for a big watermelon. So I went grocery shopping the other day and only spent maybe like at the most $10, and that was on the high end of me spending stuff. And I got about 2 or 3 weeks worth of groceries.
Dang.
I can't even add nothing more to what he's saying, but I will ask you this. How many people in Africa got high blood pressure? How many people in Africa got diabetes? You know what I'm saying? Like most of the people I know don't even know what that word is. You gotta use different type of terminologies to explain to them, what diabetes and high blood pressure and all that. And that just shows you that's really already a gem in itself to look at how many people are physically fit in shape and in health here as opposed to in the States where it's regular, you got $2, you go cop some McDonald's and then you be good, you know what I mean? So it's interesting to see the health difference between the two and what the food is doing there compared to here.
And the McDonald's gonna cost you twice as much just to get one meal from McDonald's than it would to go grocery
shopping. He said $2 for a dozen eggs.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. So
and
like
the quality, I'm sorry, Aaron.
No, you
the
good.
quality of the air is another thing.
Okay.
Like, breathing for me is much like easier. I can breathe here more so than in the States. You ain't got to worry too much about like all the industries with the air pollution. It's still a lot of vegetation around in the country, so trees and plants everywhere.
Yeah.
So and most of your weeds that you see, what would be weeds in our areas in the States, are usually fruit, corn, or something like that growing.
Well said. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So how about like living expenses, like when it comes to rent or houses or even the ease to like get a house to rent and things like that? What about that compared to the U.S.?
Yeah. Again, you're dealing with a lot of better, your dollar's gonna stretch a lot better, you know what I'm saying, for what you're looking for. I'll give you an example. I'm spending, like right now, I have an apartment I'm renting, and I'm only here for 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying, and I'm only paying 150.
God dang.
For the 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice spot with Wi-Fi and everything. Got the couch, your two bedrooms and all that, man. So yeah, your dollar stretches a lot. Now I will say Rwanda in particular is expanding. So as you are in a country that is expanding, things are gonna start getting a little more expensive and money's, you know what I'm saying? Things are gonna start growing like that.
Okay.
But it still is a lot of, your money is gonna be, your dollar stretches very far here, you know what I mean? And that's a benefit. Okay. That's why when you come in with the residual income, like we were mentioning, you're able to do so much more and start, your business is able to go so farther because that dollar gets you a lot more than it would over in the States, no matter where you are, what state. So
nice.
Yeah.
And then in most states, I know where I'm from, like we don't really have like taxis or like modes of transportation. So you got to remember, in a lot of states, maybe not for like people up north, but like down where I'm from, the transportation is very limited.
Okay.
So like it's almost impossible for you to even get a job if you don't have a vehicle
Yeah.
Okay,
in
yeah.
America, supposed to like you don't really necessarily have to have one here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I would recommend maybe getting something to kind of cut back on expenses as far as like transportation.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Like, how about bills? Like, when it comes to electricity, gas, water, stuff like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, in America, my for all that, it's around about what 2 something a month. But here,
Yeah.
I'll say maybe it depends on how you conserve it too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll say maybe around like $65, $70 for all your utilities, like
Right.
Okay.
water, electricity, Wi-Fi.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
Man.
phone bill is cheaper here.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, I think he said it well. It really depends though, because if you're using electric, it depends. Here they use based on how much you use. You know, if you're using a lot, it'll the bill will change. So it's
Okay.
kind of based on your usage. So it's kind of hard to say how much. But again, like we mentioned, the theme is the dollar stretches a lot more. You're gonna be, you using electricity for over 12 hours in Africa compared to you using it for 12 hours in the States
Oh yeah.
is gonna be a big difference in change.
Oh
So
yeah.
Mm.
again, it's gonna be a lot lower. Now for me, like I'm paying again in the $40 range
Okay.
for electricity and water, but
Mm.
I don't really use it too much. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
And
yeah,
I'll
that
say this
depends.
too, as far as like the climate here, like in the States, depending on what time of the year it is, that's going to determine how high your utilities
Facts.
are.
Yeah, the true,
And
true.
so like here, for the most part, other than maybe like rainy season, but that still don't really change like the temperature here.
Right.
The temperature is usually like the same all year round.
Okay.
So like where I'm from in Florida, it get hot during the summertime.
Mhm.
So you're gonna use the air conditioner.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So that's gonna raise your bill.
Mhm.
But here it's pretty consistent with the temperature.
Yeah.
So that's another good thing. It's like you don't really have to worry about in the wintertime I gotta use up 100% more heat than what I usually use
Right.
up, and that's gonna raise the bill. Or in the summertime,
Uh-huh.
I gotta use up all my air conditioning, because it's gonna raise up the bill. So that's
Yeah.
another.
Okay. How about like now I'm married, like but I know I'm not sure if y'all are single or not. Well, I know you probably have like dated and stuff out here and dated in the U.S. Like how about like what's the dating life in Rwanda compared to the U.S.?
Let you answer that first, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
you want me to go first? Um,
Without bashing our sisters in the
nah,
states, man,
nah,
because you know what I'm
nah, man.
saying.
Let me tell you, I know we got some great sisters in the states. So
Yeah.
I never bash our sisters in the states. My thing is it's just less of the social media influence here, and I think
Okay.
that's like one of the number one things. I think that's one of the number one things. Like one of the issues with some of our sisters in the states is everybody's so infatuated with social media,
Okay.
and it makes people insecure. So now you got everybody in America, not everybody, but a big portion of the women in America. They inspire. They all want to be like each other. They all want to be the Barbie doll look, the BBLs, the OnlyFans,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. So here is that influence not really here.
Okay.
Yeah, and for me, okay, so I guess I'll say like this: a big difference with talking to people from here as opposed to talking to people from the States is the priorities and value.
Yeah.
A lot of women in the States prioritize being independent and strong, which has its benefits and its values. Whereas opposed to in Africa, especially in Rwanda, which I have a lot more experience than other countries, the priority and value is more family and traditional oriented. They still have that mindset of, you got to be a woman, you got to be a wife, you got to be married to somebody. I'll give you an example. Here in Rwanda, if you're not married by 30, you're outcast. And any Rwandese can tell you that if you're not married, if you don't have kids and you're not married by 30, they tend to have a look on you like something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that it is. I'm just saying that's the cultural mindset. The perspective is like, why are you not married with kids? So the priority is being in a home, settling down, and that situation. Whereas more as in the States, it's being able to be accountable for yourself and hold yourself up by your own 2 feet and be a strong person, which has its ups and downs. Here I will say it's a lot of, because of the poverty rate, a lot of people are doing things, and out here and then whereas in America people are more conservative and you know stand by values. So like I said, it is some ups and it's ups and downs in both places. But I will say that you know to summarize it for me, it's the traditional wife lifestyle as a compared to the independent, strong, be yourself and respect yourself type lifestyle.
Yeah,
Is the two priority differences.
I
Okay.
totally agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about when it comes to like transportation? Like, is it easier to have transportation here? And I'm talking about like renting cars, maybe purchasing cars, Uber, stuff like that. Like, how's the transportation here?
Um, compared to this, like, okay, so transportation, especially if you use like a moto, it could be cheaper
Mm-hmm.
here. Um, I wouldn't say it's as convenient as
Right.
the states
Right.
because you could just get on Uber or Lyft and just order
Exactly.
some transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but then like as far as Google Maps and everything, you can get exactly where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Here, sometimes you may get on a moto or even a taxi, and they may not even know the area to
Yeah.
go. So and then if it's a language barrier there,
Mm-hmm.
it may be a little hard to go places. As far as um, renting vehicles are a little bit more expensive
Okay.
here, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
than in the states. But just buying a vehicle, now that depends on what type of vehicle you want to buy.
Okay.
Because I've seen state prices, but then I've seen vehicles that was 10 years old, but they still the retail price of what you'll pay in the states.
Uh,
So I believe it's more of a like an import export type thing here
okay.
going on.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. I think for the most part, it's gonna be a lot better. It really depends too, because like I said, I'm from Chicago, and over there, a lot of people don't even have cars. You don't
Mm.
know if you down from the downtown area and such, you can just use the transpo and get to where you need to. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. But now living in Texas or in most places in the U.S., you need a vehicle,
Yeah.
and that has its benefits because all you get a car, you pay your gas, and you get to where you need to get to. Whereas opposed to here in Rwanda, everybody goes by foot mostly.
Mm-hmm.
The population mostly goes by foot. So when you need transportation, you need to get what they call a taxi moto, which is a motorcycle where they take you places, or you get a taxi, and that's money every time. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a person that goes to a lot of places, it adds up. I think
Yeah.
we were talking about a month. Over a
Yeah.
month, you're spending over 150 or so
Yeah.
just to get from where you need to get to on a daily basis for the month. So that can add up, but it really depends. If you're not going to a lot of different places, it's not too bad.
It's really up to you.
Yeah,
It's really up
exactly.
to how often you
Moving.
want to get out,
Mm-hmm.
travel and stuff.
Nice. All right. So I just want to ask real quick, man. Shout out to everybody who's in the room. Um, Now we have a lot of positives going on for Rhonda here. Now I want to ask y'all a question. Like, what do you think America um has that's over Rwanda? You understand the question? I'm trying to, yeah, like
Something that
something,
maybe we could add, or
yeah,
like something.
something that because I hear a lot of positives about Rwanda. What is positive about America that you think has over Rwanda?
Okay, all right, that's an
Yeah.
easy one for me.
Uh-huh.
I think entertainment. Now
Okay.
there are things to do here, but as far as like the things to do in America, it's a surplus of things to do in America. Like it's what maybe like one or two bowling alleys here, maybe what two theaters here,
Mm-hmm.
um, and a few other kind of little fun spots. But all over America, they got Disney World and
Yeah.
Universal and Fun Zone and Top
Mm-hmm.
Golf, and so I feel like more family oriented like things to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Top Golf or like
Yeah.
maybe like little putt golf or something.
Yeah.
Just things that like we could take the kids out to do.
Mhm.
Everybody can do it as a family.
Yeah.
Things like that. So for me, it's mostly the entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. Now you took that one away. I was gonna say, for me, I think it's diversity. Just because in the states you can find whoever you're looking for. You know what I mean? We're like they call it the states the melting pot, and
Yeah.
and you see that so much when you come over here because it's only one. The blessing in that it's our people and a lot of our people that's here. That's one thing, but then it can be a blessing and a curse if you want to be, exposed to a lot more diversity and different type of people. Because here you're only gonna see one language, one people. They're here. There's diverse people here, but it's when you compare it to the States, it's really, you don't see it as often. You're gonna notice that it's like everybody here is just, one thing. So that's one thing I could say, on a small scale. But I think that what takes it is the entertainment, though. That's a real good one, actually, because I want to piggyback off that, because every time I have people that ask me to come here, that are trying to come here, and they ask me what to do, I'm always like, I got to tell them the same, few places, you know what I'm saying? There's the nightlife, you know what I mean? And then there's, a few places outside Kigali and in Kigali, the capital and stuff. You go like boat riding and stuff like that. But other than that, it needs. But that's another reason for investment, though. You see what I'm saying? There's so many things that's absent here that coming and putting it here will just change. I mean, will just change things. You see even the art cafe is a big deal here.
I will carry on like the diversity a little bit. Like I see it as a positive and a negative.
Right.
It is some diversity here. Now, the negative that I get from that is I'm not saying it's not good to have like a lot of diversity, but with diversity comes certain influences. So with that being said, I do like the fact that it's a lot of just like kind of the same, because that they keep their traditional values and morals, because more diversity that come in, it could sway different mindsets. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like the fact that it is diverse, but not so diverse like America.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Nice. So, what country do you feel the most free in?
Here versus America?
Yes.
Here.
Okay.
Like I say, like I can walk outside. I can walk outside 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Don't really have to worry about nothing. I don't have to worry about the police. I don't have to worry about, just getting mugged, getting robbed, somebody trying to shoot me. I don't really have to worry about, the
cops.
Yeah, no cops or none of that. Or just getting judged just based off of like, how I look, or for the most part.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty free here,
Yeah, I will piggyback off what he says, and we just agreeing because we just agreed. We didn't talk about this or nothing beforehand, but he really well said what you said. I've been to Burundi, I've been to Tanzania, I've been to Ethiopia, and then Rwanda, and outside the States, right? And out of all those countries, including the States, I really say Rwanda. And I'm going to tell you why. Because just like he mentioned, you could come out here, and when you see a police officer, right, it's just, you see that they're just looking for trouble. They're not looking for, to mess with somebody. They're looking for, is there danger, going on? They're really, you can see that, you know what I'm saying? And you're not judged for who you are here. You may get stares, right? Stares is something that people, people have to get acclimated to here a little bit when they come from outside the country. But other than that, it's really a safe environment. You feel very safe. I think it was reported for a few years now, Rwanda was one of the safest countries in Africa. And one of the things I noticed, I won't, say the countries, because I love every country in Africa. Every country is, is beautiful and needs a chance to expand on. But I will say, compared to the other African countries I've been in, you don't get hackled a lot here. Like, there's not a lot of people coming to you like, give me some money, or aggression. You know what I'm saying? You will get that sometime here, but compared to some of the other countries I've been to, you know what I'm saying? They really come on you. They really come on you. Yeah.
For the most part, from what I see, it's even like the authority people, they all by the book.
Right.
So it ain't really like no bribery going on.
Yeah, that's a good
like,
one. Yeah.
None of that, like, oh, you give me some money, I do this. They strictly by the book. If it's, hey, we can't do this for you, it don't matter if you tell them, oh, I give you 100 USD. Like, they strictly by the book.
Yeah.
And I've even had, like, some investment scares here. And, the authorities helped me out. Like, so that's another reason. That's what kept me here was I feel pretty safe with, like, the government and just, like, the authority that's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got a couple quick questions for y'all, man. Ugali or grits?
Man, I'm from the South, man. I'm gonna go. Hey,
You gonna go with grits?
give me some cheese grits. All day, put cheese in my grits.
I can't do grits, boss.
Give me the
What?
grits.
Nah, I
Oh,
can't do
man.
grits.
I'm from the.
Sorry.
See, he lived in
I'm
Chicago.
sorry,
Yeah.
I'm from up north.
You know what I'm
Yankee.
saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I gotta go with the fufu, man.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
because it depends too. Some fufu, man, you know, it depends what country and stuff. They cook it differently,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I like it when it had a sauce, and you put that sauce on there, and then it fills you. And by the time you're done eating like a plate, man, you full for like the 3/4 of the day.
Now I will say this, like like when you eat here,
Yeah, you
like
full.
like you gonna get enough food to like fill you up.
Uh-huh.
Like in the States, you might go get something. You can go get a little 5-ounce, 6-ounce steak,
And then
be
be
ready
that's
to eat
gonna
again.
cost you $50. And then
You ready to
now
eat
you're
again
ready
in
to
a
eat
few
again.
hours.
But
Uh-huh.
here, you can go to the buffet or something, go spend $4-5,
Yeah.
and you good.
And you
Uh-huh.
might skip
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
But give me the grits, man.
The grits, yeah. I got to go with
my
the cheese
cheese,
grits
yeah.
too,
You like
man.
grits, man? I didn't have too many grits.
All right. Cornbread or chapati.
Oh
Man.
man. See, I'm from the South, man. Give me my.
No, even
give me
me,
my
the
cornbread,
chapati, man, is hit or miss.
Uh-huh.
Chapati's hit or miss.
All right.
Not that, but see the cornbread, that easy make cornbread, not
No,
that
the-
cornbread like that cafeteria cornbread.
Yeah. We talking about
I'm
real,
talking about
real
bacon,
cornbread.
bacon,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fresh
Yeah.
off the grill.
Yeah,
The plate.
slightly burnt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go with cornbread. Yeah.
All
I
right.
gotta go with cornbread.
All right. I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, I had one and I lost it. All right. Goat brochettes
Okay.
or just a cheeseburger, American cheeseburger.
Oh, you had to put it with the cheeseburger.
I'ma take the goat
saying, Yeah, you
brochettes.
can't compare.
The goat
that.
brochettes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the brochettes.
Okay.
I don't really eat cheeseburgers back home anyway. I try to stay up. That's another thing. Like back home is so much fast food.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
like to cook,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's fast food everywhere. So like that's what I do enjoy about here. Is everything cooked.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the goat brochettes.
Okay.
Some
Yeah,
hot sauce.
I will say that between that choice, it had to be the goat brochette. Although the meat here, I don't know if y'all have experienced it, but some of it gets stuck in your teeth.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's so tough.
Yeah.
that I almost felt like I had a dentist. Issue, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With my teeth after a while because it start hurting. But I do like the taste. The goat brochette is real good though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah, it's as opposed to cheeseburger, man. The cheeseburger got that taste. But so does the goat brochette, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So and then it's a lot more healthier,
Yep,
you know
you
what I'm
took the
saying? At
words
that point,
right out of
right?
my
So
mouth.
you ain't gonna,
All right, so I got to ask, man, the white yams they got here or candy yams?
Oh man, give me the
yams.
candy
Yeah,
yams.
nah,
bro.
Yeah.
Give me the candy yams.
Sorry about that.
Gotta get the candy
Yeah.
yams.
All right. Them beans they got here, I don't know the name of them, or black eyed peas.
Oh, give me black eyed peas and rice all day. With collard greens,
Yeah, that's hit or miss. I had to say that depends for me. That's a hard
fried
depend.
chicken.
Yeah.
That's
a
the
hard
meal
depend.
right there.
Yeah, fried chicken. though,
You
is
bringing
hard
me
to
back now.
I know, right? I bet you gonna go home.
Hey, now I want me some black
know,
eyed
right?
peas and rice. now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, family. If y'all got any questions, let me know. We really thank the president of Rwanda when it comes anything to this country. There's no joke for that. Yeah, definitely, man. This country's a beautiful country.
For sure.
Someone said Rwanda's the best for sure. Jean-Pierre Mahosa says, I'm an American. Rwanda moved to the United States in 2010, initially to New York, and then in 2012, I made a permanent move to Texas and made it my home state. All right. Shout out to everybody in Texas. Shout out to Mama One Africa who was out here. Also, shout out to Auntie Wendy. Yeah, I saw Auntie Wendy yesterday. Shout out to Auntie Wendy. And shout out to all the brothers and sisters from the diaspora out here, man. Definitely. And do y'all have Instagram or anything where people could reach y'all? Or
Yeah, man, make sure y'all check out Rex, R-E-X, Gito, G-I-T-O. You know, I've done a few videos and interviews out here, music and stuff. I like to do, I've done music out here a little bit, so I might be, you'll see me if you look that up. Rex,
Okay.
R-E-X, G-I-T-O.
I'm a musician.
Oh, are you? Oh,
Okay.
We gotta talk about that.
yeah.
Yeah, you can find me at Prince_Dom G on Instagram. I do consultations and I can help you find entertainment, help you find investments.
Yeah.
So yeah, just contact me through there.
Definitely, man. Yeah, family. But that's about it for today, man. Peace and love to everybody who's on this live. Shout out to Devin Martin, who's currently in the building. and fun family. Shout out to all of y'all. Um, so right now we're probably gonna let y'all go, but we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Is there any last thing that y'all would like to say? Like, cause there's a lot of people I see coming here, and there's also people who's leaving, man. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you, man, cause you've been here for a while, going back 3 years. Why is the reason you think that a lot of people who came here to Rwanda, why you think they're leaving?
Um, I think mostly it's due to finances.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's some of the people that's starting like businesses
Okay.
and maybe they're not having much success in
Uh-huh.
those businesses. Now, with that being said, I think that us in the diaspora need to have a better sense of community
Mm.
because I think that if we were to actually look out for each other and help each other, now it is some of us just looking out for each other and helping each
Yeah.
other out. But I think if we supported each other a lot more,
Yeah.
that'll kind of alleviate that
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. But I think that's the most part. I think it is getting slightly a little bit more expensive here, and most of the people that's leaving are people that don't have a type of residual income,
Okay.
or they have unsuccessful businesses.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
like you mentioned. Y'all used to mention this a lot. I love that you guys said. I'm gonna reiterate it. Visit first. That's a big problem. People when they come out here, they're coming out here. They map the whole game plan out. They wrote things out. Not to say everybody does that, but some people they'll have that. They'll come over here and they'll do that, and then it'll be their first time here. They have the idea they come here, they're gonna live here. You know what I mean? Come here about 4 or 5 times, or a few times. Stay for a few weeks. Get a feel for how business works out here. Get a feel for how people view business and how they do transactions. Because culture is different too. You know what I mean? Culture is different even in the business world out here. A lot of times people think money talks, so you just got to come with money and that's it. But they don't know how people work to, they have a different sort of, way they
way
they
they operate.
exchange, and you know what I'm saying, the way they operate. And so they come out here thinking they're gonna do things in an American way or a European way or wherever they're from way, and then they meet with opposition. It don't work like that, or they feel like someone, did them wrong or stuff happened. That's why it's so important when you come out here, you map out the plan while you're visiting first here, and then you have a much more successful operation while you transition to staying here. Because I think a big reason people are coming here and moving out is because they meet with unexpected expenses and problems. You know what I mean? Because when they complain about things like that, that's what they'll say. They'll say, "Oh man, I didn't, this happened, and my money got short, or I got shorted by this sort of people. I didn't know they do this and that."
And
So
to add on to that, a big thing with what he just said is build relationships.
Yeah.
Don't just come out here and just try to be like willy nilly, like solo, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard. Like, go out, meet people, meet locals, build relationships with locals, because the locals, they can help you with prices, they can
Yeah.
help you with the language barriers. Because you may want to do some business, and yeah, like of course you coming from the west or somewhere else, of course you're gonna get that foreign tax. But if you got a good relationship with some of the locals here, or even some of the diaspora that's been here for a while,
yeah.
that can help alleviate some of that too.
I forgot. Yeah, let me mention one more thing. Yeah, especially in Africa, especially in the countries in Africa, one of the biggest advices, because I have met a lot of people that come here and then they start having problems with, with transactions, or someone will overcharge them, or stuff like that happens. It's really important with African countries, more so than other countries, to, like he mentioned, I'm gonna piggyback a little bit. Coming here with someone someone from here, what I mean, like a local who can help you maneuver around the country and deal with prices. Because one of the things here that's a little bit offish is the bargaining method. It's not like they have like when you buy like a pot of flowers, they'll say this is $15 across the board. No, they'll size you up. They'll notice where you're from if you're not from here, and that $15 may be $30 for him, and for him it's $10. So it helps when you're with somebody who's local, who can stop that and be like, hey, no, I bought these flowers for $10 last week, so it needs to be 10 for him, because everything is mostly, not to say everything, but I'd say 70% and up is bargain oriented here.
And try to delve more into the culture. Like,
Yeah.
people appreciate that when they see that you actually trying to learn the language, you actually trying to like be a part of the culture, they'll appreciate that a lot more than you just trying. Don't come with the mindset of like, oh, you gotta speak English, or oh, you know, stuff like that. Once they see, oh man, he at least trying to learn the language. He at least trying to, you know, they'll be more lenient with prices and stuff like that too.
And it's not to discourage people, even if you're not able to learn languages, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I gotta learn the language. I'm not even about that. Just to say a few words in their language shows them that your heart is open and you're not coming with because a lot of times people will come with their own culture and try to impose it over a whole country, and then they wonder why they have a bad experience. You gotta come showing that you're at least willing to say a few things and learn a few things, and it'll take you a long way. It doesn't mean that you got to start speaking fluently and all this, but you just say a few words here and there, and you'll notice people's expression changes, people's interaction with you start getting more open, and they start wanting to help you more. Because it's like they feel like, okay, this person isn't coming here trying to, colonize us or, impose on us, but he's just here trying to learn.
Yeah.
So it go a long way.
Cool, man. Yeah, man. That was a lot of Jews y'all just dropped here in this, and because there's a lot of people still coming here to Rwanda, and I look at it like a lot of the people who came here, and they had businesses that failed. People who's coming here just have to learn from those mistakes, and they have to just do things differently or try to make things better, because there's definitely ways to be successful out here. You know what I mean? You just have to really be determined to make whatever you do work. It's all about determination. There's always ups and downs. Everything ain't gonna work that you gonna do, but you keep on trying. If you want to be here in Rwanda, you keep on trying. And the beautiful thing about here is that it's surrounded by a whole bunch of other countries: Uganda, Burundi, Kenya, the Congo is over here, Tanzania. You real close to a lot of other countries where you could go explore and check things out. Yes.
I got 2 questions for y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so he asked me the food question. This was something I think about all the time. Okay, do y'all eat curry chicken?
Yeah.
Okay, so Caribbean curry or African Middle Eastern curry?
Oh, damn.
Caribbean.
What?
Yeah.
Well, because the curry here, I must just say, I don't think they put a lot of seasoning though.
What? Man,
Over here they
I'm
put a lot
taking
of
the curry here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm taking the curry here.
I got me personally, I got to go with the Caribbean curry, man. I love Caribbean food, man.
I like Jamaican curry, but I don't think it's better than the curry here.
Yeah.
I think Indian curry the best curry in the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well it came from there.
But now, one more question.
Okay.
Y'all eat plantains?
Yeah.
Okay. So those like Caribbean Spanish plantains, where they be like sweet fried plantains?
Yeah.
Or the boiled plantains.
Oh, hell no. How they do here?
Yeah.
No, it's Caribbean,
no,
man.
Give me the boiled plantains.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
You like it, man?
I like
Seriously.
This guy's Rondese, man.
Give me the boiled plantains,
man.
man.
No, I don't know.
They
It's
taste
not-
like potatoes to me.
Mm.
You know
Does
what I'm
it?
saying?
Man.
Yeah, the way you boil them.
But Caribbean is sweet though.
I
That's
don't
the thing.
like
Oh,
that.
you don't like sweet? Oh, that's
Nah.
the problem, y'all. You don't like the sweet. That's why.
Okay.
I don't like that.
I like
sweet.
that, man.
It's like this sweet with the savory taste. I want all my stuff.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, man.
Yeah.
The Caribbean food's up there for me, man. I can't. Yeah, Caribbean food's up there.
I like the jerk chicken.
Yeah. Now the
get it
one,
twisted.
the jerk chicken. Yeah, one thing I do like here is like they goat. They really do know how to do that goat. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the arm or the shoulder, whatever it is, man. I had some the other day. Man, the goat is special out here, man. And like Isombe, the different dishes like that. I really enjoy those dishes, man.
Yeah.
But to put it up with like
Jamaica.
soul food or like Caribbean food.
Oh no, it ain't touching soul
Yeah.
food. Nah,
Yeah.
that's something we probably need to. Hey, any soul food people out there,
Yeah.
they got soul food restaurants. That's something that they lacking out here.
Yeah.
I've yet to taste some fried chicken out here.
And I'm
I
gonna
know
tell
they
you,
got
right-
the KFC
I
thing
made
out
some
here.
fried chicken the other night. You should
For
try
real?
it.
Really? Like back
Good
home?
old down south.
Oh,
soul.
really? Oh, yeah. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something I think even the locals out here will enjoy.
Uh-huh.
If they try some of that soul food,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? All y'all from not to bash up north, but all y'all from down south and know how to make that good old baked macaroni and,
Oh, come on, man.
and stuff like that, man. Y'all bring that
Yeah.
over here, them people gonna tear that up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you right now.
Yeah, they got a KFC
smothered
out
turkey
here.
wings.
Oh man, they got a KFC out here, but it ain't the same.
I like they KFC
Oh, you do?
better
For
Than what, the
real.
States?
than the state KFC.
I might have to go there and check it out, man.
I like
that's-
they chicken better. It seems
Yeah.
like, yeah, they chicken better.
It might be
Okay.
that Florida KFC. I don't know.
Oh, it
Yeah,
might be the Florida KFC.
Yeah,
'cause our
probably.
KFC down in Florida trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Texas is another story though.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, one more question, man. Like, what's it like? Do you check out any sports out here? Is anything going on? Because you know, in the States, we got like the NBA. Our boxing game is real crazy. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is fighting soon. I just watched that Clarissa Shields fight, which was good, and I love Clarissa. That's my favorite boxer, Clarissa Shields,
Okay.
man. Yeah. And but is there anything out here going like with sports that you know of?
Okay.
Soccer, they just had Rayon Sport. They call them Rayon Sport. That's the team out here from Rwanda. They just had them win the cup.
Nice.
So yeah, they just won the
Okay,
cup.
I
They had a
didn't know
whole
that,
thing
though.
going crazy about it. Soccer is huge out here, but I think in most outside countries, you know, soccer is soccer is a big deal.
Basketball big out here too.
basketball.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
literally
It's been
just
growing.
Yeah.
I just went to the finals game.
Yeah.
What was that, about a week ago?
Yeah.
The president was there.
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker was there.
Yeah, I ain't see him,
Yeah,
man.
he was there. He was out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, basketball, and a lot of people that I talk to, I even ask them like, "Hey, y'all play basketball?" Even some of the females, they play basketball. Like, they love it. So
Yeah,
like,
true,
basketball is a big,
Man.
is another big sport out here.
Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, so that seemed like it, family. Hope y'all, if y'all plan on coming around, to make sure you check this video out or share it to your family if one of them is plans on coming out here to East Africa, because there's a lot of Jews dropping in here. And these brothers is here on the ground. They know what's going on out here. They doing business. I know my brother here, your mom is from here. So you know Rwanda, and you also live here. Like, tell us your story. Like
Yeah,
how you
so,
come to
I got an
Rwanda?
interesting story. So my story is a little bit. So I came out here for the first time. Of course, I was born out here, you know, and then I had left because of the war and situation, genocide and whatnot. And then I grew up in the States, and so because my mom had me here, you know, and I grew up in the Indiana area first. We had moved to Chicago and Michigan and whatnot. And it's a funny story. I won't get too deep into it, but I started getting, you know, in trouble in school and not doing well in school. And one day I came home and my mom's like, you know what? This is the last time I'm gonna take you where I grew up. And I took that. I remember that it was 2009 and whatnot. I was just getting into high school, and my mom took me out to a village area in Africa, in Rwanda. And it changed my life. At first, I lived out there for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? That's why. So I'm able to speak the language. I learned the language. I learned a few languages. I started becoming a polyglot because everybody here speak 2 to 3 French and everything else. But it changed my life. I was first in the village area. I spent like a year out there in a place called Gisenyi, or it's like Ruhengeri, like near that area. And then I went to Kigali after that and went to a school out here for 4 years, from 2009 to like 2012, 2013. And through that, it just changed my life. I ended up, you know, because a lot of times where I grew up, where I was from, you know, in the States, you know, that near that South Bend, Chicago area, it's not a lot of, you know, our people, there's not a lot of black people out there, you know, where I was going to. So I would emulate, that's the only few black people I had seen, I would emulate their behavior and culture, and it got me into, you know, some trouble and stuff like that, just because the only few that were there were the ones not doing, you know, great, you know what I'm saying? You know, the hood, I'd say. And then coming out here, it just, you know, seeing a community full of people who want to go to school. There's kids, I remember there was students in school out there, they'll write on the cover of the book and fill the whole cover up with leave no little lines just because they want to study so bad. And they'll cry just to get a sheet of paper from your notebook. That's how bad they wanted to study. And just seeing the community orientation, how everybody was for other people, helping other people. Everybody was, you know, you need a few dollars to pay for your tuition. People helping other people there. I had stayed at other people's houses, just, you know, just being somebody, you know, that's just dropped there. People say, hey, come over, let me talk. Your mom talk to my mom, and we, you know, and it just changed it being in a place where it's like millions of people that look like us. It completely changed me. You know what I mean? I used to be a completely different person. And coming out here and seeing that made me feel like, wow, how powerful will it be to be a unit, to be a one, as opposed to seeing everybody like, oh, he looked like me, but I don't know I got to test him out. I don't really know her. I don't know her. It just was immediate on sight. You look like us. You one of us. And it transformed me. And from there, from 2013, I start coming every year. I come once every year. I was here last year and the year before that. And it's one of those things about just building, because here is a second home.
Nice, nice. Yeah, incredible story. So, this is my last question. What do y'all want to see for the future of Africa and the African diaspora?
Oh man, I want all us to just come together, unite with each other, help each other build up, have more of a sense of community. It don't matter what tribe you come from. It don't matter about none of that. I wish all us could just respect each other, work together, because like you said, we can become so powerful and just so. It's that's a dream for me.
Okay.
Is to see that.
It's what he said. It's becoming a unit. I teach right now, believe it or not, I teach Spanish in a middle school. I speak 4 languages: English, French, Spanish, and Kinyarwanda. And one thing I see is when I notice other people, and I kind of had talked to Aaron a little bit about this, is that, like, for example, Spanish speakers, they could be born in the States and meet with somebody born in another country, and they can immediately relate to one another. You have people that come straight from, like, for example, we'll say Mexico, and I stay in Texas right now. And they'll go straight from Mexico and move right into Texas or whatnot, and they'll meet with a bunch of people that speak their language and are from where they're from, and they get acclimated right in there immediately, right? They learn the school work, they get done with everything. It's almost as if they're Americans. They become like American just like that, because they have so much help, and one person helps another person. And although our history, like you mentioned, is a lot different and has turned it into where there has become a disconnect and a differentiation between, the two people, African and African diaspora, the Black Americans or Black Europeans or Black wherever. I feel like if we were able to bridge that gap, which will take some time and is definitely, something that is going to take a lot of work. But if we were to do that, just imagine how it would be for our people to have that same testimony, to be able to say, well, I went over to Africa and I met a bunch of people from the States, and they immediately helped me, and we helped one another, and we built, and we became immediately the same, and things just became smooth. And no matter where you go, we had that sort of connection, just like the Asians do, just like the Indians do, just like the Hispanics do. Imagine the level and the places we could be, what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we cry that, especially in the States, that we don't have a lot of representation. But imagine if we bridge that gap to connect us to a whole country to represent us.
And it'll be beneficial.
Oh, man.
It'll be beneficial to the Caribbean countries, African countries, even in the Americans.
Yeah.
And it'll even be beneficial to the Afro-Latino community. All of the African diaspora, it'll be beneficial if we all just come together and work together anyway.
Yeah.
Opposed to, because we've been doing this for years, working different, like separated from each other. And,
Right.
How far have we come working separate?
Yeah.
When we
I
could
mean,
be working
it's so
together?
it's so many people that when you look at them here, until they open their mouth, you don't know where they're from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know we was talking before we got here, he was saying how they was thinking he was from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he hadn't opened his mouth, he was walking down the street, they'd be like, oh, that's just, he's one of those that live down in Namirambo or somewhere. And even with Aaron, you know what I'm saying? My mom seen him and she's like, oh, my uncle looked like him. You know what I'm saying?
I could give you an even better one. I've had Rwandese people ask me if I was Rwandese, and I've been around other Rwandese people, and they thought that the other Rwandese person that I was with wasn't even from here.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So despite like our origin stories and differentiations, if we could just bridge that identity gap where we're just like, okay, yeah, you may have been from here and from here and from here, but you still my brother.
Oh, dang. Hold on. Yeah, my bad, Fanny. My battery died on my gimbal. Yeah, it's good. I had to use the hand, Fanny.
No, I was just saying, if we could just look at each other and just, classify it in our heads like, yo, yeah, whatever, this is my brother. You know what I'm saying? This is my sister. you know, and just feel that way internally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm telling you, the change will be phenomenal.
That's the-
Already you see just what you're doing on your own. Just as one black person out here, you didn't cause thousands to move out here.
Yeah.
Imagine if thousands felt that way. So,
That's the big
Yeah.
thing. Like even like the big thing in the States, like I've been seeing like FBA, ADOS, Pan Africans, like it's okay to like, you know, claim whatever you are. It's just
Right.
all about more of a respect thing.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you can be this and claim that, but that don't mean we can't work together and
you.
come together.
Thank
You know what I'm
We
saying?
can't-
You got guess what? The Chinese and Japanese, they got so many differences. But in the States, if they do something for like Asians all together,
They there.
all of
It's
them
all
gonna
of
come
them.
together.
Yeah.
Filipinos, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, it don't matter. They gonna bring that sense of community together. Same with Latins, the Mexicans, and
Yep.
all of the Spanish people. They gonna all
Yeah.
come together if it's beneficial
Right.
for all Spanish people, all Latin people. So it's
I'm
like
gonna have to say something though. I think for the most part, us in America, we grow up thinking all black people are the same.
yeah.
Most of the time, we don't look at like even when we see Africans, and this is how it used to be. It just changed within like these 5 years because you know we've just been having issues with other people coming to America and like really, it's just been tricky. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in all
I
of that.
think it got something to do with the self-esteem, man. We gotta make
'Cause
people
we-
be proud to be
Yeah.
what we are. You
Yeah,
know what
because
I'm
I know we like when we come here to Africa, we like, yeah, that's my brother right there. That's that's my sister. We look at everybody as the same. But I don't think people look at us that way. You know what I'm saying? Coming from America.
Yeah, I think that too. Okay, so that's a good point. I had kind of mentioned it when I was doing a live over here because I think it's so important we talk about it. I'm glad you kind of mentioned it. You know, my dad is from the States. He grew up, born and raised, never left. And my mom is completely African.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I got exposed to the best of those both worlds. I got exposed to the experiences you're speaking about where you'll meet a bunch of Africans in Chicago and
Yeah.
they'll look at you as an American and kind of shy away and not
Yeah.
have the same relationship. Or if they do, you could tell the energy's not really accepting and inviting, right? But it's interesting though, if you notice, like for example, I could ask you, Aaron, like when you came to Africa, in Africa, did you experience the same interaction you did when you were meeting an African in the States?
I have to say, I'm gonna have to say no. It's different.
It's different.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, like when I come to Africa, is a totally different energy than like the Africans that go to the. And I'm not saying everybody's bad because there's some cool people that I met. You know, even here that used to live in America. You know, everybody's cool. You know, I basically think that us in America and here we don't know each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know each other at all.
But that's why we
For the
gotta
most
get
part.
to know each other. That's why we
Yeah.
gotta like communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
we-
learn and respect each other.
The biggest issue is the
Hello? I don't think I'm back, man. I think that. Am I back? Let me know if I'm back, family, because the numbers is going up. I think I'm running out of air. Let me know in the chat room, family. Anybody could just put back or something like that. Why y'all hating on KFC? Man, we ain't hating on KFC's my spot though. In Dubai, they got
Man,
they.
KFC ain't
Oh,
even the
the-
best chicken spot.
Yeah. All right. Devin Martin says we back. All right, you can finish your point and then we yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, no, I was saying though, the real reason I think though that is because we don't know each other, and you know what tells us about each other? We shouldn't tell us about each other is the media.
Facts.
It's the media. I'm trying to tell you, for an African who grew up in a village or an area out here in Africa, and they're getting ready to come to America, they put on the TV. What are they going? What is the media portraying our people in the States to look like?
Yeah.
Murdering, the rap, the hip hop, the drugs, the gang. So yeah, so before they leave, yeah, they have a little community talk here. I noticed that they're talking. They say, hey, now you need to make sure you stay away from this and the 50 cents and the
Yeah.
gangsters. They tell them that. They're like, hey, listen, we don't want you to get caught up in those sort of things, you know. So when they get here, they immediately come to their community. And they have their little community, and then they start doing this shun and stay away because it's almost like a self-protection thing. Whereas in the States, you know, we looking at it like, okay, well, they just don't want to be part of us. They acting rude. They're not even trying to associate with us. What's going on? And we're not seeing the motivation for why they decided to start interacting with us like that. You know what I'm saying? We're just seeing, man, they treat. I went to see some Nigerians and they just kind of they was sitting there talking their language for 2 hours and didn't include me at all. You know, they just kind of backhanded me. You know, whereas the Africans looking at it like, man, you know, these guys, they warned me about them, man. This guy looks, you know, they showed me the guns and the drugs and all these things on the TV, and I know that may not sound, you know, as wise as someone should be when they come here, but that's really all Africans have to go by when they come here. So they have this self-protection thing, whereas it's not really who they are, and it may not be even really how they feel about Black Americans. Because as you notice, Aaron just told you, he come here, he gets a whole different reception, you know. But it's just that when they're in a different country, it's automatic safety mode. You know, I gotta be careful. I don't know what I'm gonna get into. You know, and it turns it into that bad interaction. And actually, that's part of the purpose and what they want. People, you know, I'm not gonna say who, but the man is glad when he sees, you know what I'm saying, two Black people can't relate to each other. So it continues this self-dividing thing. Whereas when you notice when someone like American comes over here, you know, you look at the videos, Aaron, you know, the unapologetic nomads have, all of it is they're working, people are working with them, people are building with them, because here they don't have that perception. They see you how you are here. You know, you're not gonna come here and be gangster in front of, you know, a million people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas you might be able to do that around in the States where it's a million people around you that live that lifestyle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, family. Make sure you hit our brothers and sisters, our brothers up on their Instagram. It's in the middle of the video. If you missed the video, go back to the beginning and check it out, family. Shout out to everybody in the room. I see Lady J is in here. Shout out to Sharon Gooden. Good morning, everyone. This interview is informative and timely. Yes, it is. Lady J, Black Eye View. Keep in mind the world wants to keep our people divided because of who we are. If we come together as a whole, they will feel that we are a threat.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah. And the good brother says amen to that. That's all we need to do is stop buying for a weekend. A lot of their businesses will crash. Yeah, family. But yeah, y'all know who it is, family. I'm about to let y'all go. I love y'all, and we definitely appreciate y'all. Shout out to the family in Dubai. Shout out to everybody out here in Rwanda. If you're a diaspora, if you're Rwanda, whoever, man. Shout out to everybody. We out here, family. Peace. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Check us out, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.